Baby. Shaka Ben and Mafioso the Dundada, the coldest ninja with a nunchuck swinging behind his back, aka Shaka Black, aka Shaka Fuego, aka SB Panther, aka Shaka Ben, aka Shaka Flame, man, aka the Wolf of Wall Street, aka the first one with a Countach, aka Mr. Lambo Poe, aka Murcielago, bad man. Ooh, that sound cold. Listen, bro. This is a Countach actually. I just reacted to the Murcielago, and this dude, in that video, I'll probably put it in the box or whatever. That dude was so obsessed with his Lambo. I'm just thinking, do I deserve a Lambo? Like, am I really wanting a Lambo? Because the way he loved his car, you would have thought it was his firstborn or his wife. It was absolutely ridiculous. But Lamborghini Murcielago, the Lamborghini Diablo, and the Lamborghini Countach have been always my all-time favorite. And you know, with the popularity that the Countach has had, even though it's from the 80s, Lambo had to reintroduce the Countach, man. So let's get into reaction of the 2022 Lamborghini Countach, because I'm pretty sure I know it's limited, actually. It's really limited. I'm not sure if I had this on my channel already, but let's see. Let's get into it. Damn, that's a beautiful ass interior.
Oh my God! Oh!
They got the Italia colors in the middle.
Next to me is the Lamborghini Countach. Yes, that's right. This is the modern interpretation of the poster car we all know and love. With only 112 being built, a screaming V12 and badass looks, this Lamborghini is pretty darn cool. So what's it like to drive, and is it truly worth its $2.7 million base MSRP?
$2.7 million.
Here to find out. At the heart of the Countach is a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 from the Lamborghini Aventador. Although this has the addition of an electric motor, which is powered by a supercapacitor. All told, 800.
Did he just say it was a flux capacitor inside the car? What, it can go back to the future? That's crazy.
And 2 horsepower of relentless acceleration.
For $2.7 million, it better be able to travel space.
In 2.8 seconds, although it's likely a lot faster than that. And it goes on to a top speed of an earth-shattering 221 miles an hour. When the Countach was originally unveiled at the Quail Show, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like it. The front
I don't know
was
how you don't like that.
The side felt like the...
Oh, I love the boxy design of it. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If they had to redo the Lamborghini Countach, this is how you would want it to look. Like, the boxy design is just like reminiscent of how boxy the Countach was in the early Lamborghini stages. Like, this is a beautiful ass car.
The Countach was 5 times too big, and the Sion taillights are something only a mother can love. I've never liked those, and I don't think I ever will.
I like it.
But as time has gone on and looking at the Countach more and more, I really do think they embodied a retro modern version of the Countach. I'm starting to love the way the front end looks. The side is growing on me. The back, well, those taillights, I'm just
The back is beautiful. It got this insect-like, praying mantis-like look that's absolutely gorgeous. I don't see how you cannot see how the boxy design is a homage to the Countach.
We're going to like.
Staying true
honestly,
to the Countach
I do think they did a good job with the car. I think everyone
only
was
112 made.
Flared fenders and a massive wing, but that's just not Lamborghini's current design language. So with that, I think they did a good job with the Countach. Like the original Countach, the front is super flat and wedge-shaped. These headlights are a perfect modern interpretation of the original car. I really like how thin this front bumper is, and it's really cool.
They probably had this in a pipeline for a while.
The front bumper. Not too many Lamborghinis actually have the model name on the car, particularly new ones. The slit in the front bonnet is really cool as well, as is the little cut in the roof that is actually a sunroof. Another very exclusive thing to Lamborghinis. But what I didn't even know is there's actually a front trunk in here, albeit it's extremely small. Check this out. The front trunk is a total joke. In fact, with this divider in it, I don't even know what you could possibly put in here.
What in the hell is you gonna do with that, bruh? What the hell?
Maybe one shoe here and one shoe there. I guess they tried, but I don't understand what happened with all of this extra space. As I mentioned, the side of the Countach has taken a bit of getting used to, but it has really grown on me. This Countach is really cool, and it's kind of a hybrid between the Countach Countach and just the normal vent in the Aventador or the SVJ. I also really like the little vent work here, sucking air into the engine bay through this massive intake. Of course, being a V12 Lamborghini, we have those signature scissor doors with a hidden door handle right here that raises to the sky.
Scrumptious.
We've got a massive sill. This thing is actually kind of hard to get in and out of, although the sill itself looks really cool. It kind of dips down again. We've got that gorgeous.
Hey, you just gotta crawl out the car like Leonardo DiCaprio did when he was on those I don't want to call them Quaaludes, when he was on those, were they roofies? I forgot what those things was called, but just crawl out on your stomach, man, and close the door with your leg.
Countach logo. Let's go to my least favorite part of the car. All right, so I have two problems with the taillights.
I don't know what his problem
I don't
is.
like the design, and two, they're exactly the same as the ones on the Sion. You've already got a few off from Lamborghini. This is another edition. Why not make bespoke taillights? I think it was a missed opportunity. On the original Countach, the taillights were perfect squares, and there were 3 of them. Why not make these squares? This weird squircle diamond. But alas, pretty much the rest of the car is incredibly awesome. I love the kind of step-staired layered glass bonnet for the engine bay. This massive rear diffuser that hides that quad exhaust just looks so meaty. I love that you can see in through this vented area here.
I don't get it, guys. Is it because he's a car guy, like he reviews cars? Because this back is gorgeous. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's real square-like, retro-looking, box-like. It just looks really good with the car, bro. And not to mention the tailpipes are just, I don't know what his problem is.
And I also love the fact that they've cut off the bumper more than halfway up the wheels so you can see those massive, meaty tires just like the original vehicle. All right, let's hop inside. There are a few key differences between this and a normal Lamborghini Aventador. For one, we've got this awesome sunroof that can either be completely frosted or completely clear. You just click this little button here, and instantaneously, I can't see anything. Click it again, and boom, I can see the sun. Pretty awesome. I love the stitching on the roof as well. Of course, we've got this Countach logo here. We've got a logo telling us that this is one of 112. We've also got special bespoke air vents that look really, really cool. I think they should incorporate this in future Lamborghini.
Super dope.
The steering wheel is very similar to an Aventador. I love the fact that you've got white accents on the paddles here. The triple white car with the white wheels is phenomenal. We don't have any buttons like you would on a normal Aventador steering wheel, which I really like as well. The tachometer and instrument cluster is different too. Normally on the SVJ, it's separated into 3 digital screens. This is one massive screen. If we go through the different drive modes right here, Strada for street, Sport for sport, and Corsa for the track, but you gotta drive in Corsa at all times. The supercapacitor is supposed to give you a power fill in between shifts to make the single clutch gearbox feel a little bit smoother. We will see if that is the case. We've got an 8-inch touchscreen display right here with really nice graphics, the stile mode. We've got media controls, even a button that can show you what the hybrid
$2.7 million
is doing, which I think is pretty awesome. But I think it's time to get this thing out on the road and see what it's like to drive. I will say the headroom is atrocious.
I wouldn't even
My
drive
head
it.
is smashed against the ceiling in this thing. And the seats are, they're all
That's because he don't lean back like a player with one hand on the wheel, man. Somebody teach his boy something.
all right, but they are absolutely gorgeous. All right, behind the wheel of the Countach now, and I can't think of a better way to start this review than by doing a launch control. Here we go.
Ooh, look at his face.
Oh my God!
Look at his face.
Oh! Oh my God!
That shit
There is no
angry.
way it's 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. That was ridiculous, my God!
Man,
The
that's
shifts
a
feel
beast.
different than a normal SV or SVJ with that supercapacitor. The torque fill definitely works.
He need to go fast enough to go back to the future real quick with that flux capacitor in the car.
Oh my God! This thing literally kicks you in the back with not 1 foot like the normal Aventador,
It
but
must
with
be fun
2
as hell to
feet.
drive that car.
And it's like Chuck Norris's feet. Holy crap. This is ridiculous. Now, the first thing you notice, other than how intense this is how terrible the visibility in this car is. And the headroom is laughable at best. I mean, I'm not even tall. I'm 5'11" and my head's smashed against the ceiling. It's meant for small Italian men, I guess. But man, when you let this thing
small
open,
Italian man.
this is just absolutely absurd.
Go crazy. Go stupid. Go crazy.
Oh my God,
Go
the
stupid.
shifts are just nuts. It's actually a lot quieter than I was expecting in here. It definitely needs an exhaust.
Yeah,
Wow.
he a car guy because that shit sound loud in my ears.
All right, obviously this car is not about the around town drivability, but honestly, I am curious if that torque fill makes any difference. I'm gonna put it into automatic mode.
He must be on the East Coast somewhere.
And drive it kind of casually. It's gotten way quieter in here. The air conditioning works fantastically well. It's so hot and humid out today. I feel like I'm absolutely dying.
So it is in Texas hot because it's hot out here.
Drenched in sweat. Obviously, that has some to do with this car being insane, and the rest to do with it being crazy humid. I will say, you don't even feel the shifts in Strata mode. This is actually kind of awesome. All right, not bad, Lamborghini.
It's not like
bad.
you can. But it's not like you could take it to the grocery store with that small ass trunk on the front.
Obviously, that's not fun at all. So we're gonna put it back into Corsa mode and flick some downshifts and have more fun with this naturally aspirated V12. Man, this car is just absolutely absurd. Coming up to some twisty roads up here. So we'll get to push this thing through its paces. At 3,500 pounds dry, it's not the lightest car in the world, but it's also not extremely heavy.
3,500 bad. 3,500 isn't
on the
bad.
outside, I think they did a good job keeping the weight down. Because it's got all-wheel drive, the levels of grip and confidence are very, very impressive.
I could fit 10 of those on a truck and not even have to rescale.
Lift, that is low.
Or scale, that matter.
Around town drivability in Corsa mode, a little bit better.
35,000 pounds.
Not great. Definitely not great. I'm not used to not having the turning indicators on the steering wheel. We've got them on these massive stalks behind the wheel, no buttons at all on the steering wheel itself. All right, let's open this thing up again. Jesus. The shifts are ridiculous.
I would hate having to shift a car like that.
Wow.
Like a motorcycle or
absurd.
something.
With an exhaust. Oof. It would be absolutely perfect. Taking into consideration that it is the Aventador platform.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't modify anything on that car because if it's going for 2.7 out the gate, just imagine how much it's going to go for later on.
If this car had a double clutch gearbox and was a little bit lighter and had a little better visibility, it would be absolutely incredible. But because it's got that single clutch, yes, it's got the drama element that slams you between shifts, but it's really not even remotely my favorite transmission. I really don't like this transmission, and I'm excited that they're replacing it with the Revuelto. That'll be very interesting to see how much better the car is with
I've called it the Revoluto. Why are they shifting like that?
My God. Can you imagine going 221 miles an hour in this thing?
Hell no.
The best thing in the world. Oh.
I'd be scared as shit.
Wow, this car is wild. The exhaust sound is brilliant. That naturally aspirated V12. I would say it's going to be missed, but thankfully they've brought it back for the next generation of Lamborghinis. But I wouldn't be surprised if that is the last time we ever see that engine. So everyone buy up these cars and buy up the Revueltos because...
Yeah, man, just go ahead and buy one. Just buy one real quick. Everybody just do it, you know, just... Take that spare $2.7 million you got that you're going to use on that cat or something, on the dogs or something, and just go buy a Lamborghini.
Once they switch to, who knows, twin turbocharged V8 or some sort of turbo V10, it's going to start to lose its soul. So it's really kind of the holy grail era of cars right now with those V12s and the hybrid assist before they are phased out. And I think with the supercapacitor, it's a cool technology because it's a lot lighter than having a massive battery, and we're still getting that extra power, although not very much. I believe the electric motor only makes 33 additional horsepower, but it does help between those shifts, and it does help make the power feel a little bit more instantaneous down low and help it around town as well. Man, special thanks to the RM Collection for making this video possible. Make sure to follow him on Instagram. I've got a link in the description below to his Instagram. The collection is insane. Today, I'm in a
interior is so cocaine white, I just want to be Tony Montana for a day.
Countach, and later on, I am driving an F12 TDF and an 812 Competizione, and I am so excited for those cars. So seriously, give him a follow. I want to share the love from Vehicle Virgins, get him some more followers, so maybe we can do more stuff like this in the future. Overall, The car drives exactly like I was expecting it to. It's not quite as loud, and it shifts a little bit better, but it is pretty big, it's pretty wide, it feels like it eats the road, the visibility's not that great, and around town the driving's not that great. Look at that, we just transferred from New Jersey into New York City, and the road
I wanted to say he was in New Jersey because those roads are way too small and those hills and those buildings are way too close together.
10 times less smooth. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you.
Man, I wish he was doing more around the car looks, but that's not a car you just super modify, bro. It's a Lamborghini Countach, 1 of 112, $2.7 million. Yeah, you don't even drive cars like that. You just let them sit in the garage and you tell your grandkids, hey, man, I have a nice car and don't touch it, but it's really nice and it's worth a lot of money, you know. That's not a car you drive for real. It doesn't matter how fast it goes. It's supposed to sit in the house like some type of sick dog or something like that and just to be looked at. Or maybe in a museum. But, hey, it's Shaka Billionaire Mafioso, the Dundada Coders Ninja with the Nunchuck swing him out his back, a.k.a. Shaka Black, a.k.a. SB Panther, a.k.a. Shaka Fuego, a.k.a. Shaka Billionaire, a.k.a. Shaka Flame, a.k.a. Shaka Countach, man, a.k.a. Shaka, the Shock of Wall Street, a.k.a. Panthera of Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Peace!